deers, and I told him that whenever we went back home over there in the park that we seen a world of deer. One time, you remember, deers crossing the road.
Oh yeah.
And they were, I never counted them, but there's a lot of them. You know, that different times you see 2 or 3 standing on the side of the road. And when we came over here this time, we seen a bunch of turkeys. You know, you said there was Janie said there were so many of them. I forgot how many she said there were. You said there's a lot more. She said there's 12 of them.
I said there's a gaggle of them. I don't know what you'd call it.
But they was the real.
Where was that deer that Mackie saw? He was married.
Oh, you mean measuring his
track?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know what the word is that. He was telling about seeing, you know, one's track.
A lot bigger than it really was.
Yeah, he always exaggerated.
We better put that on Robin's email.
Oh, goodness.
But then, whenever, but he's always, every time he's seen, it's always the biggest he's ever seen.
He's ever seen. Yeah.
And the fish, when he's catching fish, you know, it's always big.
Yeah.
And I told him whenever when the water dropped off them and they dried up, they're smaller than what they were
They shrink in the water when he gets them out of the water. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he told us about his muzzle loader he had, and that's the kind we got one, kind of like what he's got. It breaks down.
Yeah.
You just pull that, put that thing in the front, and the barrel breaks down like a single barrel shotgun.
Yeah, he always killed deers, you know, but this year he didn't kill them.
No. I don't reckon he did.
No, he didn't either. He always killed them. And he went and turkeys. He always you know, always killed turkeys. And last year he didn't kill no turkey.
Well,
He killed 1 or 2, you know, every year.
yeah. There's a lot of turkeys now. There used to, there wasn't any, but there's plenty now.
He brought, every time he killed one, he'd bring it by and show it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember whenever me and him was fox hunting down there in the head of the valley and calling them with a call, you know, and we had a big bright light we were shining them with them foxes, and one slipped up on us and got on a truck. You remember that 52 Chevrolet truck I had? That was blue. And Charles had it for a while, you know. That truck was in that old truck of mine, and that fox got under the truck and kept trying to find that pup, you know, barking. And Mackie got out with his coat off and swished it out. When he was under one side of swishing that fox out, and when it come out the other side, I shot it with a 12 gauge 3-inch Magnum about 30 yards out there. And here he swished it out from on the truck with his coat.
We used to hunt with old dog that, you know, called Watch. He was mine. Everybody claimed him. He was such a good dog then. all claimed.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so smart. He was almost human. And we'd go hunting with him of the nights, you know, coon hunting. If there wasn't no coons stirring, you know, and he couldn't find no coons, he just treed anything around. He'd tree something whenever he left you. He'd leave you and he'd take off. And he might be a long ways. You may have to go a couple of miles through it, but he would find something. And we were up there on the where we lived up on top of the mountain there, and we went over around the hunting and down in what's called a Blue Hole Holler, and went around down there. And there was no coons, you know, he couldn't find no coons, but he treed a fox. I reckon now he did. I reckon that's the best we could tell is a fox. And he was up in a tree, if that was what he treed. He was up in a tree just that, and a pretty good tree. And he had just a bark and every breath. And we went to him. I thought he had a coon. And we went to it, and David Hankins was with us, and Tierney and David Hankins, and we got to him, and just as we got up to the tree, he jumped out. Now, it might not have been a bobcat. It might have been a bobcat. It might have been not have been a fox. The hit took off, and he just went just going, you know. And they shined a light on it, but they thought, you know, that it was a wildcat.
Yeah.
And they took off, went plumb to the top of where you go down there and come out, and Claude Woods is down there at the top of the mountain, right up at the top, at the Adams place. Yeah. Just under, just a little ways, there's a line of bluffs there, just right under, just on the edge of the top. And he treed. And we went to him. It's a long way. We went to him, we got up there, and he's in a den, in a rock, you know, in a den. So we went and stopped it up. We went and stopped the hole up and put a big piece of wood in there and wedged it in there and rocks and stuff up where he couldn't get out. And the next morning we went and took traps and went back over there and you know dug at some stuff and got that out of there and that trap and set the trap inside the den, set them inside the den. Then went and put the stocking back up to the front of it, you know, and went and stopped it up. And you know what? We went back every day. Every day we went back, and there for 9 days we went back to that to see if, you know, and he hadn't come out. And the 9th day we went back. He had knocked the what we had stopped up with had knocked it out. But there inside there was a fox, a dead fox. Yeah, but he got caught in the trap. The dead fox did. But he knocked all that out. If that's what him, it might have been something else. We thought that's what he treated. But that fox. Yeah.
Probably was.
And in 9 days, and he was as poor as he could be.
Yeah.
But he knocked it out. But now he could have been a wildcat in there with him, but I don't know. And old Watch, he was real.
You're talking further, and then you have smaller fowls, so they're going to create huge fowls.